Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike coming at you with the Magic Square. It's the MS-B11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, I believe. And it is the reissue of their Minosaur. This is how it comes. We'll be getting into this. We're going to be building some Minosaur and all that fun stuff. But I did get to Shows Store. I'm going to link down below where you can get yours too. Yes, they're sold in 3 separate sets, but we're going to build the one Minosaur in this video and have some fun with it. I know it's a 4-year-old mold, and it's kind of cool because they knocked the price pretty much in half, except for the Motor Master. I think still about the same price as it originally was. But let's get and take a look at the Magic Square Minosaur coming up. Alright, so for this segment of the video, we're going to look at the packaging and how the stuff comes. This is packaged in the alt mode. So you got alt mode, you got box. Here is the back of the box, and you get, of course, instructions. I'm trying to keep it all separate, and you get the head, the waist piece. I think those are the side hip skirts, but that comes with the Motor Master figure. Of course, you get the card. Let's get the box out of the way. Oh, and you also get more stuff like sword and big gun and smaller guns and stuff. Then we've got this one here. They do come in this set. They come in the bot mode, and they come with all of this stuff. Thigh pieces, what appears to be an alternate chest, and a few other pieces. So that's how that works. Here's the box. Packaging. Is the artwork on the back similar? I assume the artwork is like the same. I just can't get stuff to stand up today. Same artwork. Stay. Same artwork on the back of all these, I guess. And then here is the box. Beat Back and Collide. And then I don't think they come with anything. They don't come with any other additional parts. So try to keep all that separate so I know what's going on. If you don't like this sticker, you can just peel it off. No damage. Pretty nice. And same back. It's already going to be a long video. Not sure if I'm even going to include this, but maybe. Maybe I will. Let's open all this stuff up. Fold this around, or at least down for now, get it out of the way. We are going to flip this whole piece here around, close that up, and we've got a lot of stuff going on here. I think I want to do the legs first. So let's get the legs ready to open up. And we have some work to do to the legs. All right, let's see here. We're going to open this up, flip this around. You got to go, is it a one-way flip? It's a one-way flip. And then two tickets to paradise. One-way flip, 2 tickets to paradise. Something like that. We do need to get the wheel elevated. It flips all the way around to elevate, and then close it all up. Do the same thing on the other side. There's this top knee. Must have it. I'm used to doing Masterpiece, so I feel like I'm a little far away on this because I'm kind of used to the Masterpiece stuffs. And then I film a big one and I say, it's just too big. I'm not used to it that big. But you know, just standard Masterpiece is kind of my size. All right, let's get back to all of this fun stuff. Open this up, fold it the one direction, fold the foot down and around, get the wheel folded. I've got to go the other way. The other way. Just elevate into the right elevation. Fold this around. Tab all this in. Should be tabbed in good. I don't think my other video had all this transformation in it. Now we need to fold this out, bring the arms out and around, and then from here bring the head up, fold this in, fold this in, fold this. Do we flip it in like that, or does it just go in? Nope, flip it in. Flip it in. Gosh, it's been like years. It's been years since I've messed with this. Then there's tabs that are now created. That's tab into the back. Come on, tab in the back. One thing about Magic Square is it's okay. Don't take this the wrong way, but it's always tight the first time. Talk about the hole. The hole is always tight when you stick it in there. The first time, it's really tight, and then it loosens up over time. After you've done it a few times, it doesn't hurt as bad. So let's get it in there. Come on. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. You see it. You see the hole. They're actually tabbing it in blind. There it goes. Flip the head around. Then you got to make something of these arms. Make something of these arms. Let's get these side panels in. And let's do one arm. So you fold out the hand, which is going to kind of bring the flap along with it. Find the elbow. Same thing over here. You can hold the hand in place and just bring this flap around. And boom! You're there. And I'm going to need to open this up and give him his gun. And his little baby sword. Let's take a look at the team now. Here we go with the team. We're going to start from the left and right. So, what was this one? Dead End. And he looks really good. I would say, I am going to, let's just stop. Let's stop. Stop. I think these look good in their bot mode. I don't think they look great in their bot mode. I think they look good in their bot mode. I think if they were to upscale this to Masterpiece, which I don't have a problem with at all, I would probably, I don't know, I've got the Fancy Toys one, but I'd probably get it just to check it out and review it and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, they look good, not great. I think they would make some changes, some minor details, minor alterations here and there. And especially when we get to these guys, I'll show you what I think they would do different. But they still look good. All right, I'm going to put that out there. They all look good. Not great. A little thick on the sides, the thighs there, but not the end of the world. Not the end of the world, by any means. Wonder how hard, I forgot how hard was the side there. But I guess we'll do some articulation because they're all going to be about the same. 90, 360, biceps swivel. No double jointed elbow, waist swivel, ab crunch, no ab crunch, you have to use the waist. And then of course, because he's an arm, he gets that extra articulation there. He does have additional thigh swivel in there, and only a 90 at the knee, and we get some foot action there. Okay, so there we go. And Dead End is now all messed up from getting manipulated. Let's manipulate him to stand. Now we got Drag Strip here, which I don't know I'll never remember their third-party names. I barely remember their original names, which is kind of crazy. But and these are all about the size of the vintage ones, except for Motormaster. Motormaster is the only one that's significantly smaller than the vintage. But interesting that he has this extra little extension, and the hand moves. There's that extension. He's definitely going to be hindered by, let's move those down. Move those down. He's going to be hindered by these wheels, even with them in the correct orientation. They are going to be hindering him. But a pretty good looking, I would think they would push this in if they made a Masterpiece, make these smaller or fold to the back, or do something to collapse them a little bit better, but still not a bad looking drag strip. Anyway, big feet. Big solid feet. And there he goes. And the Motormaster we just transformed. I don't know if I'm going to include the transformation or not. If I don't have enough, I don't want this to be too long of a video, so we're going to move through this pretty quick. But pretty nice looking overall. I mean, I think Motormaster is probably one of the best. They have to do a lot of engineering into him to do what he's got to do. But the fact that he just basically engineers into a square. It's like 52. Is it 52 Toys that does all the squares? Don't be a square, man. A Wild Rider is a lot of people's favorite. He's all right. He's all right. Is he Wild Rider? I would think that they would engineer this to be smaller, or just move to the back, or something. Something would engineer a little bit different on that. I'm not sure how they do it. They thin it out a little bit, I think, for Masterpiece though, for the bot mode. But anyway, yeah, he looks pretty good. Probably all the same stuff. And then I forget where, when we get to combine them, I forget where. No. Okay, he does have an ab crunch. Because they didn't on these guys. Let me see here. Does he have an ab crunch? Yeah, he doesn't have an ab crunch either because of the sideway thing that's going on. And then lastly, it's a good looking Lamborghini. We're gonna see all that here in a little bit. And I would think they'd engineer that down a little bit too. This one does have the ab crunch there. Well, he's just a leg. Well, he's just a leg add-on actually. But anyway, yeah, pretty good looking overall. Got very little minimal paint. That's Magic Square. Minimalistic on the paint and all that stuff. Now we got to move on. All right, so you can see what they look like with Megatron and Optimus Prime. All this is Magic Square, and I guess I should disclose, I like the Magic Square designs the best out of the Legends. I just wish they would have the premium paint that New Age applies. There's a handful of New Age designs I like better, and I do really like New Age's Dinobots. I think it kind of tie what they win in the paint department. But it's hard to deny that looking at these as a team, especially with the Optimus Prime and the Megatron in there, it's just, they look really good. And like most people believe that the leaders of a combiner shouldn't be larger than Megatron or Prime. I feel like them being the same height is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But he's a little shorter. All right, let's get Drag Strip transformed down. Transform down. We're going to flip his arms around and then push in, lift that up, and then flip the hand around like so. And do that on the other side. It seems like these wheels just like being in car mode position. So it is what it is. Fun stuff. I'm going to flip this up. And then there's a notch right here for it to tab into, and then come back around here to the back, and this is sliders on the shoulders, so we can put that into place, then tab right here into the arm. And a lot of this is going to be tight the first time. It just is what it is. Phrase of the year. Flip this around. And then we're going to flip this up here, this up here. Fold, slide, okay, slide that up. Slide that up. It's going to go into place here and go into place there. And actually, that's going to be a tight tab. That tabs together. This needs to go into place. I guess the engine, when we pull this engine out, I guess it's going to help lock it in place. Come on. It's not wanting to go all the way there. Come on, you can do it. It's wanting to be an arm, I guess. I was born to be an arm. Well, we'll split it and we'll have it attached from the side into that notch. Maybe that's the way it was intended to plug in attached to the side like that. I don't know. I figured you could just press down on it. It's the same. That is tight. Go in. I got it in there. Okay, now let's fold that up. Fold that up. I just gave it some force. And, yeah, so I went from the side and it worked. All right, fold this up. This up. And then there's little tabs. Tab that together. He's done. Let's go to the next one. Not sure if I'm going to have time. I'll include this. I'm going to film it, but maybe include it. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll figure that one out when the time comes to editing. But we're going to pull that back piece out, open these up, flip them around, open this up all the way, fold out this flap, fold out the flap, fold his head around and tuck it into the little cavity that's going on there. We're going to open this up, and as we all know, it's going to go around, but we're going to do some weird stuff with the arms. Okay, so the arms are going to come back here, and then they are going to flip around to the correct position. So we open this up and fold all that in. Fold all that in. Fold all that in. Just transformed it. And I think it goes this way. All right. Anyway, do that. Up, forward, fold down, tab together. I don't know, over and under. Well, this is going to come back here. That's going to tab into that. That's going to tab into that. Right there. And then we are going to flip this around, and this all opens back up and gets prepared for what's going to happen with the legs. So if you remember, we did this one way. Open that up. Open the back piece up also. And then we're going to bring this out. This is going to fold back to where it goes into here. And we need to flip this around. Oh, it only goes one way. All right, gotcha. Only goes the one way. And this is going to flip back around. This is going to be in here. This folds out. Again. And no, it does not. There we go. Tank. Like so. Because it's going to end up... what am I doing here? This opens up and folds into it like so. There we go. Got all that right, I think. Because then this opens up the top. It's going to go over the top and be like this. I feel like a tank a little off. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at with that. Let's do this at the leg. Open up. Leave that flap open. I kind of starting to think the tank goes this direction. Yeah. Anyway, fold this out. Fold this up. Flip this the one direction. I guess it could go either direction if you use that pivot right there. And then it's going to come back in here. Fold down. Get it into there. Leave this out like so. And disconnect the knee segment so that we can bring this all up into here. Get the line just right. That folds out. And then this will tab in like it should. And we're done with that. Now these next ones are kind of similar in a way. Untab that. You want to make sure that this is rotated to match up. And then you want to fold the hand like so. And then do the same thing on each side as we are going to. So we're going to untab the back and we're going to kind of move it up a bit. Make sure it's not stuck to the hood there. These arms are going to come out, and the shoulders are going to rotate up like so. Shoulders are going to rotate up like so, so it fits in there. And it's going to fit in there. Oh, that's going to tap together. I feel like I don't have the hood up enough on this slider. It's on a slider. There, it feels like it's more up. Enough. Doesn't feel like it's up all the way. And is the head getting in the way? The head doesn't rotate back. There it goes. Like that. And then the legs are trickier, so it's interesting too, kind of how they do it, but pull this out a bit, and then it's going to do a lot of rotating around. We need to get past the rear of this. It's got a slider on it to give you some space to work so that you can fold this around, and it's going to come up and over, and then what you're going to do is you're going to form the roof. Now you're going to see this with the next three. Are pretty much, there's a cavity in here to put the hand, and then that's going to tab into place. I think all three of the next ones are going to do pretty much the same thing. And then with this, we've got to get that up, and it's going to come over to here. And then this is going to fold around to here. This tabs into this slot. Oh, it's got to go into that side piece. Tab right there. Wondering if I should have done that at a different time. It's probably not the right way to do it. Wonder when the right time to do it was. But you got to get this tab into that slot. We're just gonna force it. Probably not the smartest thing in the world, but it's what I did, and it worked fine. And then this just folds up. This piece here. Let's see if we can do the other side a little more dainty. Slide it out, slide it up, slide it in. Get the other side a little more dainty. This one is a little more involved than the other two are far more simplistic than this. Start by sliding this one out. Then we're going to get the foot out the way. We're going to rotate this whole section here forward. Oh yeah, we've got to slide this out. Slide this out as we rotate it forward. Nope, nope, nope. Rotate it the other way. Slide it out. Got to get past all of this. There we go. This hand, make sure it's positioned properly so it can go in. Get this back here out of the way. Get this into there. Okay, that all worked. And this is still slid out a bit. Let me fold this up. Now this has to tab into here and into here. It's a little bit more challenging, but not too challenging. There we go. Now that can fold over. This can slide out, slide into place, and that can go into there. I have done this so many years ago, but now memory serves me incorrectly. All right, well, anyway, it's done. What's done is done. Let's get to the next one. All right, next we are going to take the back part off, fold his head down. I don't think you have to flip it either way. It should fit fine. Then this is going to arch upward, but I guess you need to make sure the hands are positioned properly. I'm not sure which direction the hands are supposed to go, but the arms are supposed to be like that. Push that in, go like that. That's going to go up into the position. And then this folds up over it. That gets in there nice and good. That works. Then we do pretty much the same thing we did with the legs. This one's on a slider. So that's going to slide up. So it makes me think we need to rotate the waist. Rotate the waist. Now, okay, I will admit, on this, I wanted to show you guys that the feet were tucked in, and I really didn't notice much, but now you tuck them back in. They were tucked in shipping. I tucked one out, and I meant to show that, tuck the other one out. I forgot to. Anyway, it's not the end of the world, I don't think. Just a little thing. This is actually really ingenious, that they use the feet just for the roof. Freaking ingenious. To make that classic design of Ferrari. And it's a 308 GT. Is that what that is? Alright, let's get this around. Get that plugged in. The classic Ferrari design. My favorite Ferrari is Testarossa. Well, I mean, I'd love to drive all of them, but after owning vintage sports cars, I don't like the maintenance. Lack of maintenance equals lots of replacing parts, let me tell you. Expensive parts. So, no more sports cars around here. Sold them all. All right. Next, we get to the last one. Going to open that up. I feel like these two have almost the identical transformation. I think that was by design. They were designed by design to be the same. Similar. Okay, you gotta get that rotated up into place. Next arm. Get it rotated up into place. Bring this all down. And then probably the waist rotation. Seems like everything needs a waist rotation this day and age. It's on a slider. Remember to clear the fin there. Slide this into place. So I didn't need to rotate it. No, this one didn't need a rotation. Rotated it for nothing. I mean, this is Legends. Now this is going to need to go in the cavity, cover the hand. Go in there, slide all that back in. I would venture to say that these transformations are pretty good. The trailer's probably not going to be as much fun. The trailer won't be quite as much fun, but would I say these transformations are fun? I'd say that they're not bad at all, which makes me think they've got a little bit of room to work some extra stuff into a masterpiece version. All right, why is the hand not going into the cavity? The cavity. And now we got the whole squish it all together segment of the transformation. This is the squish it all together segment of the transformation that ends the transformation up for the cars. All right, we're about to look at the cars. I do want to point out two things. Number one, there's this tiny little chest panel. This panel does come off if you get this trailer stuck into it really good. And then there's this tiny nub. Can we see it? You can actually pull it up and you can see it right there. You can actually, it does kind of have some resistance to press it on there, but it's not the easiest thing to get into place. It is not. And then you can make all this other stuff here go out of place trying to tab it in. I'm not going to go out of my way or anything to... Oh, come on. So this is downside to me, the alt mode, which it's only going to be an alt mode for a little bit. I want the combined mode anyway. But that's just... That tab is not the funnest thing in the world. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's not the funnest thing. Here they are in their car modes, and we'll just go through this real fast. I think they all look really good. I mean, what would you expect? What more could you expect from this? Not much, I don't think. I don't think you could expect much more. Maybe a little figure to put in there. I think they all look great. I think that's ingenious. The feet make up the roof, and the rest of that's just ingenious. That's beautiful. This, I mean, you gotta love Lamborghinis. Diablo's my favorite Lamborghini, still to this day. Countach I have appreciation for, but I might not align to some. I feel like this foot roof thing, which foot, yeah, feet make up all the roof. Still, I mean, over here, it's a genius idea too. It's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth, pretty sweet, nice looking team. Not a bad looking Motormaster, if I must say so myself. How do you really do size comparisons for Legends, especially a whole team? Magic Square, Magic Square, Magic Square. I mean, a sports car would be bigger than a truck, but this is a mini bot. Those are limbs to a combiner, so they were still kind of holding G1 scale. I'll live with it. I'm fine. They look good as cars. I think that scaling makes more sense for bot mode and combine mode. Just saying. Now for the trailer transformation. It's a little bit on the involved side. Let's open this up. Let's then pop these open. And then just split all this. And split this. That should automatically split that. And we'll start working on these legs, which we can flip this up to give a little more room here to work on the legs. Give us a little bit more room. All right, so we're gonna want to get these feet down, and basically with the feet, you're gonna push in on all of this. I'll flip that around. Push in on that. Push in on that. So that we can create the feet. Get that out of the way. Then we are going to fold this. Folds around and goes down here. And then this piece folds in. And then we want to... You're going to flip it all the way around till the nice side matches the nice side. Oh, is that nice? Well, that matches. And then the tabs are there to tab into this. So that's how you know. Because you know if you know, it's only one way that's going to tab in, right? Right. Then this one over here, same thing. We're going to fold that in, flip it around. This nice side meets that nice side. We're going to tab that in. And we get this foot tab together. And it goes into place. We have that all done. Now we're going to do the other side off camera. Okay, so that's done. I mean, it's the same thing. It really is just the same old thing. It's not a big deal. Bring the hip skirts down and flip them. Actually, don't just bring them down, flip them. And then this will fold back. Flip, flip. You only go one way. Sometimes Magic Square does that. I wouldn't call that magic, though. I would call that annoying. This pops out of the tab. Push that back into there. Flip this around. Fold these in. You got the butt flap in place, and there we go with that. Then we need to start working on the arms. And okay, fold this, fold that, fold that. Just start freeing up all of these parts here. Which tab am I missing? I feel like I'm missing a tab. That's the tab I'm missing. Let's take it up. All I've done is just flip these pieces up and up out and off camera. There's tabs here and here, so it's a little tricky. It's so tricky to get that out. That holds in pretty well too. Let's see which one. I'll get one out real quick and we'll see an easy way to do it. Got it. The easy way to do it is literally to just push at the base and just push back. And then it, boom, it comes all out. It all comes out in the wash. So that's the easiest way to do all of that. All right. This disconnects because it disconnects as part of a transformation sequence. It's not a big deal. You're going to fold this up. This needs to go down. This goes to here. This is going to... And this looks like a mess. The easiest way to kind of figure this whole situation here out is that you're sliding this, I guess you have to go the other way on this, sliding this around to get the shoulder in place. And then we're going to get all of this set up to make some sense. This is going to fold up here on the back. And then what's going to happen is we're going to do the other side too. And then this is going to come out. This is all going to tab in to the front. Once it's all up here and in place, that's going to tab in. That's how all that's going to work. But we have to do what we just did there on the other side here. So basically, and I just keep pulling it out because it's made for alternate configurations, but this is going to come up. I guess we just tab it in right now. It's not going to make that big of a difference. We're going to fold this. Oh, it's got to go the other way because that piece is too long. Fold this around so it's in place. Then we can have this back in, which that can go down. And then these pieces here just fold down. And we are going to tab this in, the chest piece. And then we want to align the head like so. And then we'll get this other arm set up to where it folds around. You've got the elbow. And it's pretty much ready to go for the most part. Gotta get this folded up here. And yeah, I think we're pretty much there and ready to accept some parts. No, we have to do one more thing. Just fold these out and widen his waist because he was abnormally skinny. And we're about to do arm day. He's got a bicep and tricep workout coming up. Now for Motormaster installation, we are going to untab this here. We're going to kind of pull this, detach that, pull this out, flip this around, fold this up to here, put that up to there. I think we can just leave those hanging. And then we're going to install him. He's going to be installed in the back. Shove it in the back there. And so I'll stick him into here. And push him in. And then this top part has two tabs. There's the slots. You just got to get that in. Hold them in place. Next, keep your butt straight there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 slots and tabs. And 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs. Slots for the tabs. You can go up or down however you want. I like mine facing up. That's just a me thing. So I'm going to tab them in facing up. And the first time's always the hardest. So, and these don't give a lot of pressure in all reality. These pieces here as you're pushing back. So I'm going to tab them in. Just get them tabbed. It's just a simple, but you got to give them a lot of pressure. I have it in. I'm going to show you the trick I used to get that in. I'm not sure if you'd want to do it, but while I was doing it, these top pieces came out, so just make sure you have all that flat, and just, I didn't squeeze it in tight enough. This tabs that tab that in, the side pieces in. Everything's got to be tabbed in super tight. All right, here's my trick that I'm going to attach the other one. Just unhook. I feel like I'm putting too much on that knee there. So unhook all this, and then you have the tabs, and you can give them all of the pressure you want to if you take the leg apart. Then bring the other part of the leg down. This is just a me thing. If you don't have all these slots worn out, then you can get more pressure on it, and then you can come back up here and close it all back up again. Fun pain in the butt. I wouldn't call it fun. Pain in the butt. Anyway, now it's done, and then probably the next time you pull them off and put them back on, they'll come out. They'll tab in easier. You won't have to no disassemble leg for the second time, but the first time when it's tight, it's probably how you're gonna have to do it. All right, I'm definitely gonna have to speed this up. Okay, so these arm pieces go on. I think it's whichever one fits on which side. I just got lucky the first time go around. But arm pieces go on. I think they're the same, actually. But anyway, this is an alternate configuration. You can tab this into here, and you can have like this is sort of a cartoon look. Where's the tabs? Like that. There's a tab here and here. Slot there and there for those tabs, and then do the same thing on this side, and it would tab slot, and you need to get this out of here, and that's the little tricky part, and you can tab that on blindly. I blindly tabbed it, and you have this look. So that's look number one. If you like that look, you can go with that look. I'm not going to do every option that's possible with this, but that's one. I don't like that look, so we are going to go with different options. Another thing you can do is you can reconfigure them. You can pull this whole thing off, and you can reconfigure them to where you have to partially mistransform it, untransform it, and basically you're going to, I just pulled it off, you're going to pull this out. This mechanism is going to come out. How much of it do you have to untransform? How far back do you have to go in this to do it? But it basically brings this out. So it's basically, I have to pull the chest out, then you pull this out. Come on. Yeah, there it goes. You pull this out, and you reconfigure it like that. You put it all back together, and I'm not going to do both arms because I don't particularly like this configuration myself, so I'm not going to use it. But then you notch it back in. Notch it back in. Come on, work with me. This is I mean, it's nice that they offer this option, but it's not for me. There we go. Then you can just reattach this piece here with this hand attached into here, and then attach it to here. There we go. Two slots there, two tabs, and then slot and tab situation. Get that on. Can we get it on blindly? All right, and you can basically do that on both sides. I mean, it's the similar type of just detransformation stuff, and you have this extra part of an arm. I don't like that look. I prefer the standard look. So we'll get on with the standard look. where we're basically just going to split the arm in half. Let's rebuild this here. Oh, put the right thing on the right side. Yeah, that usually works. Take this off. Put the hand back in place. And basically, I'm going to take this back to where it was before we did all this. We're back to car mode. You're going to just kind of separate this. And it's real easy. You just pull that off. Now that you've done it once, it's going to want to do it all the time, I guess. So you're separating them. And now you tab them in. When you tab them in, so this configuration, when you tab them in, it's going to hold in. All right, don't make me a fool here. Don't make a fool out of me. You tab them in, they should hold in pretty well, I must say. Just had it tabbed in. There we go. And then down here, same places we had it tabbed in before. Tabs in, and we got that arm done. And then we do the same with the other side. And it's not much different. Pull that off. And then this one is actually a little bit different. Let's come down here. This one's slightly different. I'm gonna fold that up so that we can access this here and just get it out, and then tab everything back in. It's pretty simplistic. IMO, and then you can tab it in up here. This is going to tab in like this. Slot, slot, tab, tab. Blind tabbing's not fun. There it is. And then kind of same thing going on down here. Is just tighten it back up, and then this is going to fold into here just to kind of get it out of the way. And don't worry about Magic Square. Folding plastic past plastic. That's what they're good at. It's what they're good at. They're good at making them figures look good too. It's two things they're good at. And he's there. He's there. There's some multiple different configurations you can go with. Like here's the standard waist piece. You've got, I think this is more of a toy look, more of a toy head you can put on there. Then you can put the, I think it's more of a toy waist you can put on there. You just plug it into that hole. Although I'm just gonna stick with standard. That's what I want. Thigh piece just slides off. You can put more of a toy thigh piece on. I'm gonna stick with I'm thinking what came with its tune, the other one's toy. I'm going with that route. You can also swap out the chest. It's a little bit more involved than swap out the chest. Not gonna mess with that because you do have a hinge to mess with, and then you have the Motor Master to mess with, but still it's not the end of the world. Another configuration change is you can swap out the, you can flip these around. No. There, yeah. You can flip that around. And then you will have to do some configuration to the feet. But I think the easiest way to show it is to just slide the extra feet on that it comes with. You can swap the other feet out and stuff if you want, but if you want configuration to the front, I didn't get all that on camera. These extra feet that it comes with, you can slide them on, or you can remove them by sliding them outward on the back. Well, the front, this is technically the front, but you can slide them off, clip them together, and then slide them on like that. Still, if you want that look, you can have that look to the front. I don't like that look. I mean, these are all options. I'm just showing options. I'm not going to display mine like that at all. But you could actually leave that on there. You could leave that on there for like a heel spur. And then let's get this waist piece back in here. Once you start unplugging this stuff and plugging it back in, it pops out easier. So that's, I didn't really want to go through all that, but then again, would it really be a review if you didn't show like everything and every option that you can have with this guy? Really quick, his head does go to side, up and down. Make sure you don't undo Motor Master too far, and make sure that you do plug all this back in after messing with it. It goes to the 90, 360, all the way around. You can't get double joint out of the elbow because it gets in the way of itself and it's holding another figure on. Side to side, really nice magic square ab crunch. Get that out of the way. You can do all the way to the 90 drop down hip. Gives you whatever you want with that drop down hip. Thigh swivel. Knee is only a 90, and the foot does, well, everything you need. Quite a bit of soft hardware in there. Hardware, it's plastic, soft hardware. All right, here he is combined. Here he is with his sword, which is not back metal, but it's there. And here he is with his gun, which is pretty big, and it does come with the Motor Master. Something I didn't show when I was showing everything. My goal in this video, I should have stated it, was to get a resource where you could pull these out of the box, get them combined. If you want to go from bot to alt mode, well, it's part of combining it. That was my goal. So I also wanted to do it as quickly as possible, and that was the other goal. Doesn't seem like I did it fast enough. Sometimes people say I do stuff too fast. But anyway, that's how he looks. I think he looks pretty good. We're going to do a quick comparison, and then we are going to be outie. All right, let's compare him to Ultra Magnus. This is the missing link Ultra Magnus. I got Delta Magnus on the way. I'm looking forward to that, very much so. And how does he compare to Prime and Megatron? I think he's a good size, good scale. It works. If you got the KO oversized one that they made, they knocked this off, made it oversized. That's also, that scale would work too. The only problem is, then Minosaur doesn't scale with the rest of your combiners, your legends. If all of them were oversized and upscaled, that would look great. This guy's going to fit better on my shelf. Which, hence, is why I have him and I'm reviewing him today. Alright, so this is my look at the Magic Square Minosaur, and it's all of the different ones. The new box set reissue. And what do I think of him? I think that he's great. I didn't have the original. I had a KO oversize. So everything works pretty much the same as my KO oversize. So I'm happy. And with that pretty good looking figure, now he's going to scale better, fit my shelf a little bit better, all that good stuff. I was trying to be cheap. I think the KO Minosaur, oversized Minosaur, is still cheaper than this. But with this reissue, they've cut the price mostly in half. So you can get yours at Shozy Store. Oh, it's a little loose on that elbow. You can get yours at Shozy Store. I'll have a link down below to the 3 sets. And with that, remember, TH was a reviewer, helped the channel out so I can do stuff like this and get more of these combiners and show them. Hopefully they do this with their Computron in the future. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment below. Jeremy Hanger out.